Welcome back to another episode of the Rondell Lane Podcast, and we got a returning guest, the very awesome, amazing Speed.
It is I. Oh my goodness. Hello, people. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome back. You're
Thank
like
you.
I won't lie, I think you're the second or maybe third return guest
Look at me go.
that we've had thus far. You were back on like the early episodes. I'm going to let you, I don't know how to, I've already introduced you. I know things have changed.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you're into these days, career-wise.
Life is always an adventure, Rondell. Always. So, yeah, I gained a bunch of weight in the last year and stopped taking pictures.
You did not stop taking pictures. You've been on fire.
I mean, in comparison to previous years, the amount of photo shoots I participated in were quite slim this year. But did still do some modeling. But I've taken a break. I went to massage therapy school.
Yep.
I did do that and complete that. I am a massage therapist, so there's that as well. I haven't done anything with it because as soon as I finished that, I took over my mother's daycare and I ran that. And then following that, I took a break because balance. Always need a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm going to do is take a vacation every single time.
Your Instagram followers saw some of your vacations.
Yes.
Yep.
So I took a small break and then life be lifing. And, you know, the world called on me to become a living nanny. And so
That's the breaking news.
That is the breaking news.
This is a reunion podcast, but it's also a farewell.
Yes,
'Cause
I am leaving.
She's leaving the great city of Greensboro.
I will be gone. I am going to Chicago, Chi-Town. I'm not prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, or emotionally for the winter of
I didn't think about
Chicago.
that. And you're leaving like
I'm going to be
right
there
then,
in the
yeah.
coldest months. I'm not even going to be there for the summertime, but I'm probably go back and visit because I'm going to have to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Because this is crazy.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I am very excited. I haven't spent any time outside of this new position exploring Chicago at all. So far, it's very different than any city I've ever been in. In a good way, though. I mean, it has its reputation, as everywhere does, but I feel like if you just don't be in the wrong places, then you don't have to worry about these things.
Are you aware of what the wrong places are, though?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah. I do know a couple people out there, and she's from the area as well, the woman I work for, so yes, I've been told.
So how is that? Because, you know, a lot of people, me included, just uprooting my life would be a little scary. So, like, how is that for you?
No, fear is not a thing that exists in my world. I was raised by white people, so that helps. But B, it just like fear just doesn't make sense in my brain. Because what is it going to do? Like, whatever is going to happen is going to happen, whether I'm afraid of it or not. So why not just find out what's going to happen?
Change is inevitable.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So as far as, I mean, I think the most stressful part for me was just that it was such short notice. Yes, it was just very short notice for such a big adjustment. But I am a Libra. So I'm not attached nor committed to anything, place, or home is not a place. Home is a feeling that you create, you know. Yeah. So, and I got to do a trial run. So I've already been out there for probably a month between now and October. I was out there most of October, so I kind of know what I'm getting into and like what to expect in a sense. So it's not all going to be like, okay, this is a total big adjustment, you know? So I got to do the 3-week trial period and then, okay, now I'm going to do
So what?
The next big one.
What's the plan? So I know you're gonna be a full-time nanny. Is that all you're gonna focus on, like, I guess professionally, or are you gonna try to?
Oh, never one thing. Always multiple sources of income. I do plan on starting to try to do more with my work that I already have, as far as maybe doing an art exhibit or something like that, getting my stuff seen more, potentially submitting to agencies.
You used to be anti-agency. What happened?
Yes, and I still, for the most part, am, but I feel like this market is a little different than most of the markets that I've been around. It's very different than New York, very different than Miami. The energy is just very different, and my look is different in the Midwest versus on the East Coast.
Gotcha.
And I still don't necessarily want to be signed to an agency. Ideally, I just want an agent to work with, which is a little different.
Have you talked to any photographers out there?
Absolutely not. No, I do things in the moment,
Gotcha.
So there's been no planning. This is my first big announcement of me leaving town.
How long are you gonna be out there?
Who knows? Maybe 6 months or so.
Are you gonna ever, like, start your business with, like, the massages and all of that stuff, or?
Yes, potentially. The idea is that I will go and do this where I have very minimal overhead and I can pocket and save most of the money that I'm making to then turn around and invest in my massage business. I feel like I'll probably do a little bit of both, working for someone or a company and my own stuff. I'm just trying to decide how much traveling, if I want to travel with it, or if I just want to do a salon suite, because that was kind of my idea to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead down to Massage Envy.
Yeah,
Just start there.
Yeah, no.
No?
Yeah, no.
What's the downsides of that?
Massage Envy is like going to work for Walmart. Kind of. Like in-store Walmart. Where it's like you're going to be expected to do a bunch of shit that might be on your job title, but like kind of isn't.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be expected to deal with a lot of shit that you're not getting paid enough. And then they're going to keep most of your money. But you do get some benefits. And that's how they reel people in, because it's North Carolina and we know our health insurance and things are not great or ideal here. So that's that. And because, I mean, it's guaranteed customers. A lot of people will go and, build a customer base, but there are non-compete clauses and things that you have to sign. So it's still a tricky kind of thing. Yeah. But if you want a guaranteed position, yes, you go and get hired at Massage Envy. But if you went to massage therapy school to actually like work with people to heal the body, that's not the place. This is like turning tables. Like, we need you in and out. Like, you don't need to explain nothing. We don't need to talk about nothing. Lay on this table.
Provide the service
and gone. And I got to flip this table in the next 3 minutes because I'm going to have somebody coming in again. And it's just like, I feel like for me as a massage therapist, I don't want to feel rushed. I didn't fucking get into this industry to feel rushed. No. Yeah. No. I did that so I could be in the healing, slow pace, enjoy the moment side of life. And that will not be created there, because you're going to take, 6 to 8 clients a day, which doesn't sound like a lot in a normal job, but when it's that much energy exchange and physical effort and just, no. Mm-mm. And then they're not paying you shit, so no.
I've only had one massage, and it was there. Somebody got me a gift card, or like she had a membership.
You've only had one massage ever in your life?
Yeah.
You're such a sheltered child.
It's like the flying, right?
You're so sheltered.
Like 5 years ago.
Rondo.
See, you gotta understand. I come from a traditional black community. stuff like that we don't think of. We don't even think it's necessary.
I know.
It's just in this new generation that through social media and things like that, we've
No,
kind of
it's
been
people
more exposed
working
to
through the
things.
trauma is what it is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Generational
yeah,
trauma.
yeah, it's like,
Yes.
who needs a massage? Like,
Yeah, that's
I did enjoy
something-
it though. I enjoyed it. I fell asleep.
Good. That's
Yeah,
good.
I was knocked out like
That's
5
good.
minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
The lady was like, "Sir, we're done." I'm like,
Mm-hmm. What's happening?
"Yeah."
Yeah.
Like, I was
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you need that, you know, the nervous system needs to relax. Technically, that's the thing. There's so many things about self-care that we make seem are a luxury, but really it's not. And in a lot of other places and societies, it's very easily accessible and not something that's like out of budget. But because anything that's good for you is out of budget in America, everybody's made to believe that like that's a luxury, that's a once in a while kind of thing. And it's like, actually, if you did invest the money into like regular massage or regular acupuncture or pressure or whatever, it would cut down on a lot of your medical bills in the future. And like that hip replacement and that knee replacement and like all of those kind of things that come up later in life could have been avoided. Because when you go to your physician, they are just going to give you a pain medication and tell you to come back if it falls off. So,
So have you thought about how you're gonna market yourself?
no, I don't think.
Like,
I'm still very skeptical on how I'm doing that. This is also the first time I've announced that I've even gone to massage therapy school. I haven't told anybody about that because I am very hesitant on marketing to people I know, if I'm being completely honest.
they're not gonna be the ones anyway.
Exactly. It's usually not people
Like
you know
when
who
you
support
first start off, you have a couple curious people, but your
Yes.
clientele is
They're going to be strangers.
strangers.
Yeah, and it's the same with modeling. It's the same with everything. You know, it's not your community usually that supports you. But I figured I'm already getting back into the gym and stuff. It'll be easy for me to kind of just network and like go to more events with athletic people, athletes, whether it be people just in the health, fitness, general world, you know, because everybody kind of, once you're in the world, you understand the benefit of it, then you want the services, you know. And I'm not trying to pitch nothing to nobody that nobody that doesn't want it, you know. I'm not beating a dead horse. I'm okay on that.
Well, if you need some content, let me know. You know, I got you.
Definitely. Yeah, we should, we'll work on that this summer. I have tables and stuff, so I can set up anywhere. Let's talk about how you got on a plane for the first time 5 years ago, because that's still bothering me.
Well, I told you, we talked about this a little bit off camera. There were many trips that were planned with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them would get canceled, or we would just end up driving if we do go somewhere.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
How many trips have you taken since your first?
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
7-ish.
Okay, and how many of them were solo?
That's a trick question. The first one was solo. The first one was solo.
Okay,
Like it was a work gig, so I
Yeah.
flew out there by myself.
okay.
But
But that's not the same, like an actual trip. Have you
it was
ever
a trip.
taken...
I was by myself.
No. Have you ever taken a solo vacation that was not for work?
Well, there's no.
Do you-
There's no vacation for me anymore because even if it's a vacation,
It's for work.
I'm gonna do some work so I can write it off as.
Well, I mean, doing some work and having to show up for work are different, you know.
I'm just being difficult.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, that's a none. I haven't just went anywhere
Wow. Can you do that?
by myself. Well, you're saying by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
You don't have any desire to do that?
not really. No.
Why?
Why?
Why not?
I do things by myself. I just don't care to travel by myself.
yeah, that's-
Hey, I'm interviewing you, buddy. Nah, I just don't care. I mean, if I go somewhere cool, I want somebody to be there with me to experience it. Whether it's family, friends, my kid.
But you would rather have somebody to experience it. You'd rather that. It's either that or nothing. That's the part that I'm confused on. It's all or nothing.
I think when you're putting a microscope on a trip.
No,
like,
I mean just
I
traveling
take myself
in general.
out to eat sometimes. I take myself to.
That's not the same. No,
It
as somebody who does things solo and also travels solo, it's a completely different experience. It's a very, very different experience, and it's a very great way to like get to know yourself. And
I know myself.
no, there's
live alone.
always more to learn. There's always more to learn.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not against it. Like when
It's infinite.
my first flight was to Dallas. The client, they booked me a room, so I'm by myself the entire time, other than when I met with them to work.
Okay.
Food, everything was on my own.
Yes.
So that was very close to what.
You didn't enjoy like
No,
experiencing
it was
things
cool.
solo?
It was cool.
Okay.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
So I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. Like I'm afraid to do it, or I.
Oh no, I'm
don't-
just curious.
I just don't have a desire.
Because like for me, it's like I don't like planning stuff with people and then having to go on their itinerary. Like I want to go on a trip and do what I want to do when I want to do it, without question, without even having to think about it, without having to consult. But that's my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm not a parent. I don't.
But see, okay, so here's the thing. Me and you could take a trip somewhere, but that don't mean we gotta do everything together the entire time we're there.
Yeah, but most people do, and that's why they don't travel alone, is because they want, like you said, most people want somebody to experience the things with and have a memory, and that all makes sense to me. But I'm just like, I'm not gonna stop myself from experiencing it because I don't have somebody there with me. Like I still want to fucking experience it, whether there's somebody there or not, because this is
Do you have a limit?
me and my no.
Do you have a limit on like
On what?
how far you would travel
No.
by yourself, or where you would go?
No,
Don't matter.
no.
So
No.
like,
Especially after these last couple of years, and I've been taking, I've been solo traveling since I was like 13, I think, is when I started like taking trips by myself, going back and forth from here to Boston, or like I would spend my summers in New York for dance camp, 5 weeks.
but that's like work.
Yeah, that's work,
equivalent to
but
me taking a work trip.
but also I was 13, so
You just
so it's different.
Yeah, it's going on,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
it's
I got you.
it's a different experience than being an adult and going to work.
touche.
But yeah, I feel like because I have hesitated. So this year was the first year that I actually planned a trip on my birthday, was somewhere in another country on my birthday and not like before or after. And it was amazing. I enjoyed myself so much. My birthday is for me. It's not most times I feel like we turn our birthdays into things for other people. And we'll have a birthday party to make it convenient for whoever in this location, for the family, or for whoever is supposed to be attending. No, I'm over that. I'm over being disappointed. I'm over people not showing up or whatever.
Yeah, I remember one year you was like
Over
2
it.
years, you was pissed. You made a whole
Over it.
podcast episode about that.
Over it. So I finally was like, hey, I'm actually in control of all of this, and decided to take myself to Dominican Republic for a couple days, all-inclusive resort. It was beautiful. It was so nice. And I just, other than the resort, nothing, like my activities weren't planned. I didn't plan them until I got there. So I did parasailing for the first time. Great time. Love it. I want to go skydiving now. And it's like if I was with somebody that I had to convince to do this, or like, oh, I want to, it would have fucked up my day. You know what I mean? Like, I was sitting on the beach, saw it. Somebody came up, was like, you want to try it? Let's do it.
I saw your
the video.
Yeah, your video.
Yeah. I had a great time
Were
up there.
you scared on the
Absolutely not.
on the way up?
I have no problem with.
It's okay to say yes. I was nervous. Like
No, that's the funny thing, is that honestly, like, I don't like roller coasters that much because of that feeling you get in your stomach.
Yeah.
So I was expecting that, like, at some point on that. It was so smooth. Like the takeoff, you don't even feel yourself.
Wow.
Like, unless you're looking down, you really don't feel how high you are. So it was cool. It was like, oh shit, this isn't nearly as scary as it looks.
Yeah.
It not at all. And I feel like a lot of things are like that. So I'm always down to try something at least once. Like the last time I went to Puerto Rico, I was there for a few days by myself. I was like, my last full day there, I was like, I'm gonna book a tour through the rainforest. got in a white van with a bunch of strangers that I didn't know. They took me 2 hours into the rainforest. We hiked the rainforest for 4 to 5 hours, jumped off of cliffs, went down a natural water slide, did a rope swing, stopped and got some food, came back. I survived. I'm here. I'm alive. I can tell the story, you know?
Yeah, my niece just got back from, she went to Bali.
Nice.
For a week.
Mm-hmm.
I think in October it was. She loved it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
I was
beautiful.
like, what?
Yeah. Because
you're on the other side of the world.
What is there not to love?
Other side of this flat planet.
We're not going there. That's a whole other podcast episode. Did y'all hear that? Y'all caught that?
Yeah.
He's serious.
Got it.
All right.
I said I'm open to the thought.
Listen.
It makes more sense than but yeah.
Yeah.
She loved it. She actually tried to add on like another couple days, but her flight didn't work out, so she had to come back.
Yeah, and that's usually me. You know, I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, I could actually stay here longer. You know,
I might try it one day.
I feel like at least do it once, just to.
I gotta try in the States though. Like it has to be in the States first. And
that's
then we'll
fine.
that.
Build up. That's why
random.
I went to my first like solo trip. And I mean, I've traveled solo a lot, but often a lot of my travel was for me to meet somebody somewhere for at least a couple of the days that I was traveling, you know. So my first complete solo trip as an adult was Puerto Rico a year ago. Yeah, it was a year ago. And it was beautiful. It was great. It was far away, but still U.S. territory. Right. So there was like, I know the customs. I know what to expect in a sense. It was still nicer than here. The people are much more friendly. Felt much safer. The men aren't nearly as aggressive. It's quite lovely, actually. Quite. So, yeah, just do it. Just do it at least once. Yeah.
I might make a vlog. My first solo trip.
I support it.
Yeah.
I support it 100%.
I don't know where I would go. I do want to go to Colorado. I don't know if I want to go there by myself though.
Yeah, you could do better than Colorado. I mean, if you're going like skiing or
yeah. I want to go for activities.
Okay, yeah. But Colorado's a weird fucking place.
Yeah, I hear,
it's
but
a very strange place.
Being a black man, I might need to.
I got a friend. I got a homie who lives out there. He's lived out there for years.
He lives there.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you can exist there and be black. No, the concerning thing are the white people on drugs in Colorado, honestly. Yeah. I've never been anywhere where there are so many people on drugs and they're all white. Yeah, people go out there and they just be, oh my God. That's the issue in Colorado, yes.
And it was in general or like a particular city?
No, just in general.
Wow.
They're everywhere. I mean, yes, some cities are worse than others, but in general, like here we have homeless people. They just have people just like standing. Yeah, just oof.
Like the people with the lean.
Like how are you? You're not awake, but you're still standing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought that was just California.
Colorado. Because everything's legal in Colorado.
This country's falling off, man.
They like you can get anything in Colorado.
Yeah, they were one of the first ones that legalized marijuana.
Yeah, but you can get anything. Like they're everything is legal there now. Like everything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Colorado's different.
So you can just do drugs.
Yes.
I wonder how that works out for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're making money.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Do you have any plans for the holidays? Are you doing anything special?
Holidays are strange. My family emphasizes everything but holidays. No, I wasn't raised in a very religious home at all. And I have a very large, spread out family. So it's usually a lot of little celebrations. I kind of am not really, I don't think anybody's really in the holiday spirit this year in my family. There's a lot of chaos and shit going on. So I'm going to spend time with some family, but nothing too crazy.
Did you believe in Santa Claus?
No, I called my mother out on it when I was 4. I have vivid memories of this. One year for Christmas, she put the stuff under the tree, and I'm holding like 2 gifts, and one says like from Santa Claus, and one says from Mom, and I'm like, lady, this is the same handwriting.
That's crazy.
She was like, no. And I'm like, come on. So yeah, it was kind of a wrap after that.
What about like the other fairy tales?
No.
Like Easter Bunny? Well, you probably.
No.
Um,
No.
Tooth Fairy?
No. I mean, I believed in putting my tooth under the pillow to get some money, but did I think a fairy was coming to do it? No.
I think I think I didn't believe in Santa. Like my parents never really pushed it.
Yeah.
So my knowledge of it just came from just being alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think I didn't believe it, but there was one Christmas that I seriously thought I heard
Somebody come
on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't have a chimney, so I'm like, what would be the purpose of getting on the roof?
Breaking in the window.
Yeah. Because me and my sister, like, we both, so our rooms, like, beside each other. So that night, we slept, like, in our doorway, like, in a sleeping bag. Mm-hmm. So it was like...
Trying to catch him.
Yeah, so it's literally like, I'm right here, she's right here, and it's just a...
little hallway.
Little, the wall between us. So we're sitting there talking. We just hear something go boom. And I know I wasn't tripping because we looked at each other and was like...
What was that?
What was that? So for a split second, I was like, is it real? But
that's cool.
I'm probably like 6 at the time. So.
Yeah, I think I was introduced to theater too early in my life. And not like too early, but like very early on in my life. So most fairy tales or imaginary or scary things or whatever were never that to me because I understood you were playing a role.
Yeah.
And this is a set and there was a script and all of that and not real life. So like when I would see people watch something and like just boo-hoo and cry because they're so like they really I can't.
I've never.
I cannot. I physically can't.
There's only one movie that slightly made me get choked up.
If I'm hormonal, fair game. Now, as I'm older,
really?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I might tear up on something just because of my hormones. But other than that, me and my right mind, no.
Yeah.
Even if I feel a connection, no.
Yeah. I'm kind of like that. I was watching Child's Play and Freddy movies at 5. Mm-hmm. Like, probably shouldn't
Saw
have
and yeah.
Yeah. So it was, like
Kill Bill.
But it's funny because now as an adult with a child, I question some. And she's 9, and it's still like I wouldn't show her
the shit you
Friday
watched.
the 13th,
Yeah.
like right now. But I was watching it at 5 or 6 years old, so it's weird.
Yeah.
And what's the doll? Megan. I showed her Megan.
That was hysterical to me.
But even with Megan, I was like, is she ready for this? But
that was funny. That movie was funny as shit to me.
I think they're making a part 2.
Please.
Yeah. Have you seen? I don't. You don't really go to the movies, do you?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you saw Mufasa.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
How was it?
I didn't see that.
Oh.
I was.
No idea.
That came out this weekend as well as Sonic 3.
I'll probably watch it on Netflix.
So I'm like, we're gonna go see one of them. I think I'm gonna go see Sonic though.
Okay.
Because that Lion King was abysmal. Yeah, the live action version was terrible.
See, I've only seen the only live action version of Lion King I've seen is on Broadway. So I don't want to fuck that up, Like I have that memory and I appreciate that. I don't want y'all to do this weird shit with it.
It was crazy because like the animals, because they're trying to make it
Live,
like, real.
Yeah.
It's like when Simba's dad gets killed. It's just like
a scene from like.
It's like a lion just like. There's no emotion. So it's like y'all should have thought this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear the inflection in his voice, but it's a cub like. Okay.
And then
yeah, so it was weird. Huh. But yeah, I don't even know how we got on this. How we veered off on this. How did we get here?
Holidays. We were talking about holidays.
Yeah, holidays. Led off of Santa. Did you celebrate Halloween?
Halloween's never been a thing that I've been big on. Like
Halloween was fire. It was Halloween and then Christmas. Halloween takes preparation. As a kid, your mom didn't dress you up and send you out to get candy? And all
I
that?
mean, yeah, but like my main thing was the candy. I didn't give a fuck about
So
anything
you weren't
else.
like
No, I don't.
planning your costume.
I could literally wear all black and walk outside and go get my candy and be happy.
You're a different person.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, you know,
No.
I don't even think you were a normal kid.
No, no, I was never. No. I was just having this conversation.
And everything we talk about, like, you're opposite from like
From anybody, yeah. No, part of my childhood is not normal. I grew up going to zoo camp.
What is zoo camp?
Yeah, so you know how there's summer camps, and some of them you go send your child. It's a day camp, but it was at the zoo. So I lived in Boston, so the zoo was like in the city, not off somewhere, you know, so very accessible. And yeah, you could send your children to zoo camp, and part of the zoo camp was like you helping out the groundskeepers and the people who took care of the animals. And I remember one of our art projects was to a paper mache project, except it was deer meat to feed the lion.
They had y'all doing free labor.
100%. 100% had us doing free labor. They had us doing all kinds of stuff, but it was just like that one specific memory I was telling somebody, and they were like, what the fuck?
How old were you?
Maybe like 7.
You're slicing up meat.
They had it cut up for us.
Okay.
We were just making like you know how you do like a globe or something with paper mache. We would do that, but with the meat to feed to the lion. Yeah. The gorilla got
That
out.
was genius. What?
A couple times. Yeah, there was a gorilla that got out. One time when we weren't at the park, and one time when we were there.
Did you see it at all?
No, we didn't see it. We just saw the chaos of it. But I think, if I remember correctly, said gorilla, the second time it got out of the park and like went across the street to the bus stop and like killed a couple people trying to get on the bus, and they caught it on the bus. And then they had to put him down because obviously he knew how to get out of the park, like let alone out of his enclosure, but like out of the park. It was some like real life Madagascar
Killed
stuff.
some people though?
Yeah, like just like throwing them out the way, you know, because he was a gorilla and strong. But yeah, he was like, bitch, get out of my way. Yeah. Yeah. Life is so adventurous.
That's like some shit I watch on TV.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
It was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, life is strange. Yeah, most of my childhood was not normal.
yeah, I see. You just
Mm-mm.
you don't care about traveling solo, and you don't like most things that people like.
No. I think because I've experienced most things before people get to experience them, so I'm like, I'm over that. On to the next thing.
So what excites you? What makes you happy?
Traveling. The ocean.
The ocean.
Yeah, the unknown.
The ocean's scary.
I love the unknown. It brings me joy. Yeah.
Have you ever been deep sea diving or anything like that?
No, but I've been snorkeling. I have like that first trip I went to Puerto Rico solo. I did a boat tour, and so you get on a little like yacht, and they take you out to essentially the middle of the ocean, and then you snorkel over the coral reefs, and then you get back on the boat, and they take you to a private island, and you just kind of hang out and drink and vibe out for a couple hours before they take you back. But I've done that, but I haven't actually gone like snorkeling or scuba diving, I mean. I do want to though. I definitely want to.
Would you do cage diving with like great whites?
I don't know about that. Probably just for the thrill of it, but like, is it on my list? No. Like, I would rather do it.
I want to do that really bad.
I'd rather just see what's under there. I just want to see what's going on. I don't necessarily want to just see the sharks.
I mean, you might see some. You never know what you'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind seeing sharks, but I don't want to be in a cage.
Do you believe in like there's Godzilla down there?
Oh, I'm sure there's some crazy shit down there. 100%. There's so much. We barely know about the earth and the things that we can see on land. 100% there's some crazy stuff under that water that we have no idea about. But that doesn't bother me though. I'm all about energy. My energy's good, so we're good.
What does that mean? So if you see a monster, it's gonna be like, oh, she got good energy.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
very much so. Very much so.
You think it works
That's
that way?
why. That's why I don't mind solo traveling. It's fine. I can be anywhere. I'm good.
I don't think it works that way.
It does. Whatever's gonna happen is
If you
gonna
run
happen.
into something and it's hungry, it's gonna.
Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But if you know how to react in said situation, you can avoid things. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe.
All I'm saying.
Before we get out of here, I don't know. You got anything you want to plug?
No, honestly, I want y'all to leave me alone, but I will. For being honest, I will come back once I am back in town and I'm doing my massage therapy stuff, and we'll do some content, and then we can plug that in, because that is something I would love for y'all to support. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. There are no happy endings. I will tase you. Okay, thank you. Just tell them that too.
I think people could assume there's probably gonna be no happy endings.
But again, with the disconnect, right? So like, you knowing me as a model and as maybe a lingerie or swimsuit model, and now you see me as a massage therapist. Yeah, there's none of that. So, but yeah, I'll come back.
Well, you did have something that triggered a question, but I didn't want to interrupt. Earlier, you said you slowed down on modeling.
Yes.
Because you said you gained weight.
Correct.
And then you followed to say you slowed down with modeling.
Correct.
So is that related to the fact that you gained weight?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were uncomfortable?
It was very weird. I was the heaviest that I've ever been in my entire life this past summer. And so I already have body dysmorphia. I've already been dealing with all of the issues. So I was on the opposite end. I went from being super, super tiny to now the biggest I've ever been with a gut. And that was new territory.
You ain't had no doggone gut.
That was new territory for your girl.
I shot you in some of that. You ain't had no gut.
Shit. All right, now I can show you some pictures that tell me otherwise.
It can't be like you sitting down, like leaning over. I mean, most people got a gut in that situation. Like,
no, just like, no. I was eating a lot. Because I was in school, so I was on an actual schedule. So I was eating at least 3 to 4 times a day, and I was working out. So I put on a bunch of weight. And then I was a plus size model, technically speaking,
which is crazy.
Which my brain can't conceptualize. And I think that was a large part of the issue and why I stopped. I also, like, I got thick. And I just didn't feel like being over sexualized, because what happens when you get thick? People want you to do like bikini and lingerie shit. And I wasn't really feeling that.
How did you drop some of the weight?
I'm not eating 3 times a day, honestly. My schedule's fucked up and all over the place, so my eating habits are messed up. And I did just do a 30-day gym challenge, which was good. But
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I failed. You inspired me to try. I made like 14, 15 days.
It was definitely hard. It was
is
definitely hard. And I'm going to try to do 60 when I go to Chicago, because I'll be able to do at least 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I won't be able to do the weekends because of my job, but I can do Monday through Friday. So if I can commit to that and do 60 days like that, I think that'll be a good goal for me.
We still got to get you on a fruit fast one day.
Yeah, I mean, I do it in the summer naturally. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything against it by any means. And when it gets hot, that's usually 90% of my
That's
diet.
when the best fruit are available anyway.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. During the summer, I barely eat cooked food.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, where can the people follow you? I know you don't care. But.
I'm still at _mindless thoughts on Instagram. I still post content. I'm still doing stuff. I'm still, a coach. I won't be in the area until the summer, but if you need me, or if you need recommendations for models or anything like that in the area, I definitely got you. I know people or photographers. So yeah, holla at your girl. I'm here.
You gonna give them your TikTok?
No, I will not.
No
Thank
TikTok?
you.
Okay. I've been trying to push her to. There's money over there, man.
There is. I don't post nothing on TikTok. There's nothing to follow me for.
Start posting stuff. It would be a great series if you kind of document your move.
I know, but I'm weird about that though, because I don't like putting people's business on. You know what I mean?
You got to talk about your client.
Yeah, but like I'm in the house the whole time.
Find a little corner with a white wall that doesn't identify where you are, or there's ways around this.
Maybe, but I don't talk about my personal life like that.
Yeah. Figure something out. Review some products or something, man.
Yeah,
do something. Man.
Yeah. If any, you know what I probably will do though? I'll do thrifting content.
There you go.
The thrifting is dope out there in Chicago.
And that's a hot topic too.
Yeah,
like
I
people
can do
search that stuff.
I can do that.
It's thrifted outfit right here.
It is top to bottom, honestly.
Is that Ralph Lauren?
It is not. It
looks like
it is. It's some other old school brand. Even the heels. The heels were also thrifted. Yes, the jeans, literally top to bottom, thrifted.
I took a model to
Goodwill.
The Goodwill right here that we went to. She couldn't find nothing. It's like it's in there now. It's like it's like old people stuff now.
No, she just no.
Easy.
I don't believe you.
But nah, I was in there with her.
I mean, okay.
We couldn't find nothing.
Okay.
It was like, it wasn't like when we went.
Now, I will say,
I think more people were doing it. That was like, what, 2 or 3 years ago we did that?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still actively thrifting regularly. So that's why I'm like, But you do have to have patience. You have to have more patience now than before. And it can be hit or miss depending on the day. Like you can go back to that same location a week later and it have completely different shit, So you could have just went once the shit was cleared out kind of thing. But I've been to all of these and I ain't had no problems. Some days are better than others, no doubt, but I can always find something.
Is there any good places around here that aren't like corporate, like mom and pops type?
Yeah, outside of Goodwill, there's Freedom House Thrift.
I heard of Freedom House.
And their proceeds go to like women's shelters and to help battered women, which is cool. So like if you're looking for a place to donate clothes and you don't want to just donate it to Goodwill because Goodwill actually isn't good for the will.
They're not providing goodwill.
Yeah, they are not. That CEO is sitting on that bread, and then they're telling you to goddamn donate to their job training program for what? Have your CEO donate. Thank you. Everything in here is donated to you. Why am I donating more? Anyways, but yeah, if you want to donate clothes, Freedom House is definitely a good place. There's also, what is that? Of course, there's like Plato's Closet, and then there's another one. Why can't I?
That's a big name though. That's like a Goodwill.
There's I can't think of the name. City something.
I was about to say City Trends.
Hold on, because it's on the tip of my tongue and it's gonna piss me off.
And this is like a mom and pops.
Kind of. It's more. They do have a couple locations. Uptown Cheapskate. There you go.
Ah, okay.
Uptown Cheapskate.
Okay.
So it's
I didn't know that was a. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, so it's a thrift store. It's like Plato's, but better. Like Plato's, I feel like is weird, and you go in there, you'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I used to donate clothes to them back in my college days.
Yeah. Plato's is real hit or miss, but Uptown Cheapskate, I think they have a pretty decent selection. It's a little nicer than Goodwill, just as far as because like they're catering to a certain demographic. Right. You know what I mean? So everything is laid out nice. Like you can go and find whatever you're looking for versus Goodwill. It's like you might find what you're looking for. You might just find some random shit. You don't know. Yeah. You know. Okay. But yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
I hope you have a great experience out in Chicago.
Thank you.
I'm already ready for you to come back.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
I'll be back.
Yeah, as soon as you come back, you got to come back on the show.
Got you.
And give us an update.
Yes.
If you guys made it this far, thank you for watching. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe.
Do all that.
Tune in to the audio version as well on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, wherever podcasts are listened to. Catch you in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Very good.